Coach Marty Nitchis was out there. Is he in tonight?
Yeah, he's going to go tonight.
Any more updates on the other day-to-day guys?
G's going to play tonight too. And Duran skated this morning with the team, so that's always a good sign.
Manson?
No, he won't go tonight.
Is he making progress? Is it kind of stalling?
He's
out?
making progress. We'll kind of see how these next couple games go for guys. Still like to get some guys back in the lineup. Obviously, we're doing 2 guys tonight. Duran looks like he'll play on the weekend. I don't know if Mance will make that. Like, we're not going to force guys in to the lineup if they're still dealing with stuff when we have another week. So, and then we'll see about getting some guys some rest too. Anyone that's kind of dealing with anything, and make lineup decisions from there.
Is the energy a little bit higher for this being the last home game in regulation?
I don't know. Hard to say. I would say no. Like, I think we're still kind of in the same boat. I think our guys play, like, we've done a better job sort of handling our home games with the energy and intensity than we have on the road, and I think that's natural. You got a bunch of fans coming to watch you play that you want to impress, and but the season now is kind of locked in, and lineup will be different, but we still got lots to play for.
How much of a boost does this home crowd give you guys on a game-to-game basis?
I think it's significant. Yeah, I think our crowd, I mean, it's been phenomenal all year. The support's been great. Certain games, the energy in the building, you can feel it. And I think that's helped us, especially through some of these tough times when you're just trying to finish off the season and stay healthy. I think it gives you a boost.
Is Nate going to play tonight?
No,
Is he not going to play this weekend as well?
maybe not.
Okay. I think we asked you about this already, but like just the idea of like he was possibly going to win the Art Ross Trophy for the first time in his career. I know, given what he says about all that stuff, he probably didn't care that much, but like, would you have liked to have been able to see him maybe try to go for it, or I mean, is it just a...
I said it the other day. I'm listening to him, right? Like, I don't think I've touched on this before. I don't think the individual accolades, like, I think they're nice. I think he's won a lot of them. His trophy case is huge. I don't think it matters to him. I think winning has always been the most important thing to him. Having accomplished that in 2022, I think he got a taste for it, and he wants to win again. So, like, whatever he's going to make his decisions based on us winning and him feeling the best he can possibly feel come game 1 of Dallas.
So it's rest for him on these.
Well, he's dealing with something too. I think you get to this point in the year, you get all these guys are dealing with something. The guys that didn't get the break too for the 4 Nations, it's like this has been a tough stretch of games since then, right? So, I think rest is part of it though. Yeah.
Gabe's up in Loveland, like he's getting closer. Like obviously on a player level, like he's got to show what he can do. But like on a human level, you've known him for so long. Like,
Yeah.
what are kind of the emotions seeing him get to this point? Knowing
I'm like everybody else, man. I'm excited for him. Like I said the other day, the more excited he gets about a return, the more excited I get, because I know there's been lots of peaks and valleys in this. But like, I mean, when you're talking about mental toughness, resilience, like just the work ethic that it takes to kind of go through what he's gone through and have all those ups and downs and peaks and valleys along his recovery to get to the point where it's possible he could play, it's pretty exciting.
And obviously there's that excitement surrounding him. What do you think that does for some of the regular guys up there too, having him up there?
With the Eagles, I think it'll be awesome for him. I mean, if I was the young guy in that room, and Gabe Landeskog's coming in and coming down to play a game or two, I think that's invaluable, right? They see what he's all about in practice. I mean, they know the character of him because lots of those guys have been around him here, training camps and everything else. But just to be able to be in the same room as him and play with him, like, and kind of see his return, and because they know what he's gone through too. So I think it's inspiring, and I think it should give those guys a really good boost tonight.
How much of that excitement that you have for him is, like you said, the human element, like you're just rooting for the guy, and how much of it is like, hey, I can actually use this guy?
I think it's more the human element for me, like more than anything. Like just because I know Gabe and I know like what he's meant to this organization. I've got a great relationship with him. ton of respect for him, and to see him go through what he's gone through, I'm just rooting for him to get back and be able to play. I know that he wants to play. I know that he wants to play a long time yet, and so I want that for him, you know. So it's more that than him joining our team and helping our team on the ice.
How do you navigate that though, with trying to incorporate him back in?
When he says he's ready to play, he's going to play. If he's healthy and feels good, and I don't have any doubts of what he's going to be able to do for our team. You know, he's a gifted player. He's been on the ice a lot. I think there'll be some getting up to speed stuff, but I think he's going to be a good player for us if he's healthy enough to play, and I'm just going to put him in the lineup.
Megan?
Over the 82-game season, at Game 80 tonight, where have you seen the biggest growth in this team, excluding the trades and the change in personnel?
Our defending details and like understanding that it means a lot come, you know, the second half of the season and going into playoffs. That's where I'm most impressed. That's where most of our growth has come from. If you look at our analytics from, you know, on the offensive side of things, we had some lulls in there, but like when you start taking 10 game segments and what our team's been able to sort of produce for scoring chances, we haven't capitalized on them in some segments as good as we have in others. But the offense has always kind of been there for us. It's the defending side where the growth has come, and in puck management, just playing a smarter, more intelligent, more mature hockey game over the course of the year. And the acquisitions have helped that big time. So those numbers, like since the trade deadline, have been really good, and we want to make sure we're pushing them to be even better.
Last one's please.
Lindgren and Coyle were not there. Will they play tonight?
Lindgren will not play. He got hurt in last game, so he's out. Coyle's going to play, though.
Upper or lower for Lindgren?
He's upper.
Okay, thank you.
Yep, thanks.
As much as he's been around the team, how much are you rooting for him, just knowing what he's gone through in the last couple of years?
Yeah, I don't think there's an end to that. I think it's everybody wants him to be able to come back from this and succeed. And obviously, it's been a long time coming for full skating and stuff like that. But you gotta do what you gotta do. And he's at a rocky road, and it's just exciting to see him kind of full participate in practices and hopefully continue on from there. But I know everybody's rooting for him in here, and we just want to obviously have him make sure he's mentally ready, and happy to have him back with the boys, hopefully.
Is there a heightened sense of energy for you guys tonight for your last one for the regulation?
Yeah, I mean, we obviously want to finish the year here on a good note, and especially at home. Going to the last two, feeling good coming off the last home game. So for us, it's just going to be back to the same things. Obviously, missing some bodies, but at the same time, it's good. Everybody's going to have to play down the stretch. So yeah.
Do you think Nate has made his case for another Hart?
Yeah, of course. Obviously, he's such a valuable player, and every single day what he brings to our team, it's pretty incredible. So, in my mind, he's a ground man.
Thanks, Bill.
Yep. Thank you. Thanks, Greg.
So he looks great when he's been out with us, and we're excited for him. He's put a lot of work in, a lot of time. Something he didn't have to go put his body through, but wanted to for the team. And to have him get this far in his recovery is exciting for us, and hopefully he can join us here soon.
Obviously, you guys are close. Just, how much are you rooting for him to be able to make it back, knowing what he's gone through the last couple of years?
Yeah, I think just as much as anybody. I mean, we have a great relationship, goes back a long time, 15 years now. So, it means a lot to me to have him back with us, and just the type of guy he is and type of player. And, even if he can just be out there for a little bit, I don't know how much workload he'll get just yet. But, hopefully he can come back and join us, and really any capacity on the ice is going to be huge. So still some hurdles left to go for him, but he's cleared all of them so far. And, we'll see what happens in the next few days, few weeks. But things look good.
How would adding Gabe to the lineup here in Denver change the trajectory of the team's possibilities in the playoffs?
Yeah, I think self-explanatory, as you all know, what type of player he is. And, he hasn't played in 3 years, so at the same time, I think expectations have to be tempered for him. He's 32-ish now, so not a young guy anymore in this league. So, and then missing 3 years, I think, are we going to see the same guy that we saw in 2022? I think that's probably unfair for him, but to have him back in any capacity is huge, and just a huge boost to our room and our team on the ice, and just to have him back in general will be huge. We're really excited for him, and hopefully everything keeps going well.
Great. Thank you.
Familiarity with you. For sure, I think for him, I mean, he's been around the league for as long as he has for a reason, so a guy like that, the transition is probably a little easier. Anytime you're out for a month, 2 months, let alone how long he's been out, there's obviously going to be a transition period for him, and getting just his day-to-day routine down, once he's rationing things up, so we're not concerned that he's going to be able to find that and get comfortable really quickly.
How does adding him to the lineup change things?
Yeah, his presence is top of the league in regard to just sort of a machine out there, a beast, and like I said, just the aura he presents within the locker room, the way he can demand things from the locker room. Whatever he says, it's sort of everyone listens, regardless of what it is, whether we need a stern talking to or need to keep things light, keep things focused. I think the way he can demand the attention of the crowd is definitely pretty remarkable, and that's what makes him what I think is the best leader in the NHL.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
To close this out for the home fans on a high note.
Yeah, I think we're playing some great hockey right now. It's crazy how fast the season goes. But the fans have been great the whole year, and we'll be back here for the playoffs. But just super excited for tonight.
Where have you seen the biggest growth in this team throughout the course of the year?
Just the amount of changeover we've had throughout the year, and no matter who's playing or who's out, the guys have come together and we put together a great season.
And you're playing some of your best hockey right now on that line with Charlie Coyle. Can you tell me why you found a little bit of success lately?
Yeah, playing with Chuck, he's been in the league for a while. He's a smart guy, very easy to play with, and he's I've known Chuck for a few years now, so it's been good so far.
When I look at the Winnipeg series, your line with Kiviranta and Colton seemed to elevate last year. Are you expecting something like that to wrap it up just another notch going into the playoffs?
Yeah, for sure. The playoffs, it's a great time of year. It's a fun time of year. The tempo always, gets picked up, and can't wait for it.
There's a sentiment around the room that this is a pretty special group. Why do you